Welcome back, ESL W50 students. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, and we are finishing up our 11th week of instruction. Last class, you received your new take-home essay number 3 assignment. You can find a printout of it on Canvas. Go to Modules and go to Week 11. So in this essay, you're going to write about 3 or 4 suggestions for ways people can make staying at home easier or more pleasant during this long period of time while we're waiting for the coronavirus to finish its cycle. For some of us, it's not so easy staying home for so long, and so we want to hear your suggestions about what we can do while we're staying home. So by now, you were supposed to be finished with steps 1 and 2, all the brainstorming and getting out your ideas and choosing the ideas that you want to use in your essay. The next step is organizing your ideas. And also, I put together this organization of your essay. It's going to be a lot like your last essays where you start with an introduction and then you have 3 or 4 body paragraphs, because remember it's at least 500 words long, and then a concluding paragraph. Now what you need to include, it's really important to include in the introductory paragraph an explanation about why. Why are we staying home for this long period of time? Without that explanation, the essay doesn't quite make sense. So you need to have that in your introduction, the explanation for why we're staying home and that it can be difficult. Then your thesis statement is going to tell us, in your opinion, what are some things we should be doing to make the time go by better. Then you're going to have suggestion number 1 in the first paragraph. And your first paragraph, body paragraph, will start with a topic sentence telling me what the suggestion is. And then the rest of that body paragraph will be details, explaining exactly how to do it, and maybe telling me about some of your experience or somebody else who's doing this and why it works. Remember, explaining why. Explain, explain, explain. Explaining why is really important. The next body paragraph will be your second suggestion of something we can do. And that would be, you'll have to tell me what that suggestion is in your topic sentence, and then the rest of the body paragraph will be details about it, explaining exactly what I should be doing and why and how. The third body paragraph will be your third suggestion about something I should be doing while I'm staying home to make this time pass more easily. And then again, more explanation, explaining to me why I should do it and how it works. The last paragraph is the concluding paragraph, and that concluding paragraph will start with a concluding sentence that restates your thesis. Then you'll follow it with a summary of the 3 suggestions that you're making. And then you can end it with some final thoughts about a prediction about what will happen if I do it, or a call to action saying everybody should do this, convince us. That's your main overall goal for this essay, is to convince us to do these things that you're suggesting. So that's the organization of your opinion essay. Now, one thing that you'll notice is I used modals a lot while I was talking to you about things we should do, right? And it is very common for you to use modals in an opinion essay. Now, if you didn't take Grammar 50, these are some examples of basic modals here. And I have a handout that I'm putting up on Canvas for you to read with an exercise on the second page. Read the first page, study the first page carefully, and then do the exercise on page 2. When I come back next week, Tuesday, we'll go over your answers. Now, when you use a modal, there's a certain form you're supposed to use. Use one of these modals, and then after that modal will be a base verb. Now, each modal, they're also called helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. They help this verb have a special meaning. So instead of I play the piano, I can use this modal, can, which means ability. I can play the piano. Or could, which is can in the past tense. I could play the piano when I was younger. Should means advice. I should play the piano. That's my suggestion or advice to myself. I will play the piano. That's future, right? Or a promise. I would play the piano if I could, but I can't. Or in the past, I would play the piano. That's another way you could use it. Might. Might is for possibility. I might play the piano if I get a chance, but I'm not sure. Must. That's necessity. I must play the piano. I have to. Ought to is similar to should in that we use it for advice or suggestions, things that we think other people should do. You ought to play the piano. It's really fun. And did you notice when I said ought to, the next verb was just a base verb, play. Should play, ought to play. That's how modals work. And we use them a lot in opinion essays. So keep working on that opinion essay, telling me in your opinion what I should be doing so that I don't become stir crazy while I'm staying in my house all this time. So I'm looking forward to hearing your advice and finding out what you're doing or what you suggest I do. I'm working on making an office. So hopefully by the time you see me next Tuesday, you won't have to look at my kitchen anymore. I'll actually have an office. So I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you're all well, taking good care of yourselves, staying inside, washing your hands, working on your essays. And I will see you next Tuesday online. Bye-bye.